Not that big into regular milk. I have a little bit of coffee left from this morning or this afternoon after I had a long hike walk with Fresh. Um, keep acting like you're just people in the 3D matrix. Just keep going, keep fighting back, keep being unreasonable, keep being hard to deal with, and the energy hears you as you fight back. And it takes all of your energy codes from you every single time you say a word to me that's fighting back in the 3D matrix, like you're some 3D matrix god slash goddess. Okay, every time you fight back, you give me back all of your energy codes. They just keep coming in. One, two, three, every time, every word you say. And then you have no codes left. I already told you. You're going to the dark place and you're staying there and you're not going to be able to quantum leap yourself out. Because you keep fighting back and you think that this is some sort of 3D game locked in the 3D matrix and there's no way I can prove my point in the 3D world. I already told you we've been doing this for 10 years. And just because you haven't been in my life for 10 years doesn't mean that you know anything. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to tell you. I heard you when you said, like, oh my God, she's got so much technology now. I don't know. What are we going to do? Okay, now keep listening to yourself when you say smart stuff like that. Okay, I tried to play it your way, and y'all want to deny tiny house union of the United States. And that's when my energy said, we're done. I'm done. Okay, people can't afford tiny houses to live by themselves so that they're not abused in cute little affordable homes for the rest of their life with, not, I'm not talking about the tiny homes where you got to hunch down like this on the second floor for your bedroom, but a smaller home that's affordable for one person, that's easy to build and easy to maintain so they don't have to live in constant abuse or stress or worry of bullshit people that try to freaking hurt your feelings literally every single day, make you second guess yourself every single day to the point where you literally don't talk anymore till you literally shut up. Y'all said no to that, then the energy said, we're done here then. We're done here. We can't live in peace. We're not going to do this anymore. It's an energy game. It's just a game. It's my game. Okay, and if you keep going in the direction, it's just gonna push me back into the void. It keeps resetting the game. Well, I went into the void, so it reset the game already. Okay, it already reset the game because I went into the void. That means the space codes are ordered, and we'll see if I keep going into the void or not. The more I go into the void, the crazier the space codes are. Okay, the space codes were insane, and I just went into the void for 1 second last year in Kenosha. I went to the void for one night. I went to the void for a night. Okay, this time I went to the void in my room, and my friend turned into the void. Okay, so that was for 1 human second, so that's less. If y'all send me to the void and I'm there for a whole night, one night, okay, that I was there for one night in Kenosha. That's how powerful it is now because y'all owe me that much money. Keep thinking that you can talk to me in a 3D manner when you're listening in the whole time and you want a throat chakra reptilian vagina. Elsa, aren't you a Palladian? Okay. My nose starts. Oh, sorry. Forgot I put the. Okay, so a lot has happened today, just like usual. Everything, there's a lot that happens literally every single freaking day. I look like a dead president, my sister said to me over walls. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, y'all better stop it. Y'all better stop. Stop, collaborate, and listen. I suspect with a brand new invention, something grabs a hold of me tightly. Dun, 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 dun. Why is it like that? It's weird. If it's an ad, I want to stop seeing ads before my fucking music turns on. Do you hear me, YouTube? Y'all are so corny. We'll ever stop. No. Yo, I'll solve it. All right. Don't. Go ninja, go ninja, go. Go ninja, go ninja, go. We are super sexual on this planet. Sits on my bed literally 8 hours a day. It's a need, not a want. Humans are the stupidest creation of my life. That's the new Elsa song. Okay, that's a new Elsa track. I hate it when my napkin smells like food. It's the worst. Then you gotta wipe your nose with it, and then your nose smells like the food. I hate that. It is literally a pet peeve. That my fingers don't smell like pizza, so I had pizza with that napkin. I don't want to use it. I got to go get another. Anyway, I know my dad's about to yell at me. Okay. It doesn't smell like pizza, but I feel like it does, and I feel like it's an overlay, and I feel like anyway. You are on it. Okay, wait. So we played out the Abbey Santa Barbara. We played out the Abbey in Santa Barbara. Okay. We played out the Abbey in Santa Barbara. Okay. How do I say this? How do I talk like a normal person? Okay, so yesterday I was drinking and I was saying, oh, the signal's coming in, but it's spotty because I'm getting alcohol and I'm getting nicotine once in a while. And I had alcohol last night. And I was joking about myself because the signal is spotty when Abby's in Santa Barbara. It's a scene in Last of Us 2, okay? If you don't know what I'm talking about. But you can always Google it if you don't know what I'm talking about. You can Google Abby in Santa Barbara and it'll come up, okay? The internet is that smart for you stupid ass people out there that are like, what are you talking about? Why don't you try to Google the words that I'm saying, and then it'll come up, and you don't have to look stupid. You don't have to look a fool. Okay, because you really annoy us smart people out here when you ask us questions like that. You really annoy us, okay? And you're the ones with the 3D codes that get annoyed when we ask you a 3D question. Like how to reshingle a roof, and then y'all get super mad at us for that. And we're like, but you can't figure out what I'm talking about if I say I just relived the Abby and Santa Barbara scene. You better have that payment plan ready, um, Mr. Ancient Atlantean. If there was a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check out the hook while the DJ perform it. Are you threatening a grown woman in telepathy again with physical force? Because that's what I hear. I hear physical violence threats over the screen right now, and I'm just want to be clear that that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing physical violent threats coming against me, a woman who you. That's the one thing that you hear. But you don't hear that I'm the princess from space and that I need to be honored and protected, and y'all aren't allowed to put your hands on me. You know what I mean? First of all, you're not allowed to put your hands on anyone. That's why I already said that. Assault and battery is illegal, and I don't know why I have to keep reminding y'all that. Okay, because you're filling in level 1, Alyssa. Okay, stop being an idiot. This tastes like rice pudding. He just said, I think they heard you the first time, and you should stop talking. Are you an ancient Atlantean that you got something to lose? And you're grasping at straws. You can't go straight person to straight person anymore, right? Okay. We're letting the ancient Atlanteans talk, I guess, during this broadcast because it's a bunch of people trying to make me shut up, and it's making me extremely angry. That's the smartest guy I ever heard of. Did you hear about that kid? He was locked in his childhood bedroom. I think he's around 32 years old. This just came out. I don't remember the location, but he got pulled out of school 4th grade, and his mom locked him in his bedroom, and like boarded up the windows, tortured him until he was about 32 years old. Okay, and sometimes he would only have glasses of water. He's completely emaciated. He would only get 2 glasses of water a day, completely emaciated. I think they said he was 68 pounds, 32 years old. Okay, treating him like literally on the brink of death, still alive somehow. God forbid he comes out and tells his story about how the hell he survived on barely eating. Um, he sets the house on fire. He sets his room on fire. Okay, because he's locked in his room. They had locks outside of his door to keep him inside. Okay. Okay, because are they physically attacking me right now? By physically attacking me in telepathy? Yes, they are. That's a physical attack, okay, against the queen. That's why I come on here and broadcast as Melina to let you know that we're all in on it. It ain't a secret. You all want me to be Irish again. I started being Irish this afternoon. I can be Irish again to let you know that my dad is also in the room. If you don't want to believe that my dad's in the room. Okay, so he's completely emaciated. They had locks outside of his doors. His complete bedroom was boarded up for years and years and years, barely alive, completely emaciated. He sets a fire in his room to get attention on him. The firefighters come over because the house is on fire, and they find this guy locked up in his bedroom that his mom locked him in his bedroom for that many years. She's in jail now, thank God. I think maybe got out on bail, but she shouldn't get out on bail. Okay, she should be locked and thrown away the key. You're going to take away somebody's freedom for 32 years. I don't think you deserve to see the daylight anymore. Okay? So good for him. He set his room on fire, and he did it for attention because he didn't know how to get authorities' attention, right? Because he's locked in his room for years and years and years. So he set his goddamn room on fire. Good for him. He got free, didn't he? Okay, now they're trying to help him out, and good for them. They should be helping him out. I mean, what the hell? That's awful to do to somebody. Okay, so yeah, so I was drinking. I said the signal's coming in, but it's coming in you know, sporadically, like Abby in Santa Barbara, okay? Like Abby in Santa Barbara. That scene. And then she's really happy, and then they leave the place, and she's leaving the garage, and then she gets ramsacked by Randy and crew. Okay, and it's a very pivotal scene or whatever because you never see Abby get taken down, and she gets taken down, right? Because she's built like an ox. And they get taken down. Okay, I think Ellie tries to use the same receiver, but I don't think she gets anybody on the signal. But anyway, so I was like imagining myself being in the thing, getting the signal a little bit because I was getting a little bit of alcohol. And I went on my walk today with Fresh, and I couldn't find a cigarette. Nobody wanted to give me a cigarette. Everybody's only bringing one cigarette to the lake or to the river where I go for my walk. Everybody's all only for the last 2-3 days. I've had a hard time finding a cigarette. It's a bunch of people that are like, I just brought one. Who just brings one? They don't bring a pack, right? They're like, I just brought one. Okay, like, are they talking to each other? It's always different people. It's never like the same people. It's always different people, but they're like, I just brought one. And I'm like, what's wrong with these people that are only bringing one cigarette, right? So that's like a brand new thing where they're only bringing one, and it's like really hard. It's like the fourth or fifth person that I find, and then they finally brought like a pack, and they'll finally give me a cigarette. Okay, so it's been a lot harder to get a cigarette this time around, and I'm like, what the hell's wrong with these people? And don't you guys know who I am by now? That's why it's pissing me off. Okay, it's not an option. There's not a multiple choice thing. It's anyway. Because I am how do I say this? I'm combining energies with fake princess that's stealing all of my money and my cash. And so I'm combining energy with the fake people that are stealing the energy, okay? The energy between people, and they're stealing the energy between people. And so the smokers are also combining energy that might have been all me last year. Now they're combining energy with the people that are stealing from the people with the savior genome. So it's like half in, half out, meeting half in, half out. And they're at odds with each other because they're competitive against each other. And so I didn't find anybody to find me a cigarette today, but I did find Randy. And Randy was drinking beer by the river. And I was like, could I have a beer? And he was like, sure, why not? Okay. And I think that's what his name is, the guy that ransacks Abby. So I had a beer with him. at the river, and he had a dog like Fresh. So we basically talked about our dogs and our lives with our dogs. And he had reptilian eyes. Okay, so I was having a beer with a reptilian. He had slits for eyes. And anyway, his name was Randy, and he kind of looked like the guy. And I was like, he just said, I watched her commercial. I just heard him say that over walls. Okay, so he was very excited to meet me. And anyway, I was like, wow, this is crazy. We're meeting before Last of Us. We're having a drink before Last of Us. And he's like, I feel like this is my time. This is my time to get it right with her before she turns into Ellie or Abby, because they defeat him. If you watch it in Last of Us 2, Ellie and Abby defeat. Abby ends up getting caught, and then Ellie ends up getting caught, and Ellie ends up killing him. Um, so it's like a hostile situation. Obviously, don't side with the abuser. He's tying up innocent people again. So he's an aggressive force, and Ellie and Abby are a defensive force. Okay, so somebody's coming at you and trying to kill you in a video game, because this is a video game I'm talking about now. Somebody's trying to kill you in a video game, you kill them back, right? Or you get killed because it's a video game. So Ellie ends up killing him in the video game. So anyway, obviously I just had like a nice comfy beer with this gentleman, but I was like, wow, this is so crazy. This is totally an overlay of the Abby situation. Um the Abby situation in Santa Barbara. And then I was going through my FYP on oh yeah, he was talking over walls. He's definitely in on it. He was talking over walls. He was relaying information to different people as I was having a conversation with him. In telepathy, he was very much there already, and very much here, and having a conversation with himself at the same time, as well as having a conversation with me, Ellie or Abby or both. So it was very much known that he was in on it. There was no doubt in my mind that this gentleman was in on it. Okay. And I was like, do you live here? Like, do you live in this town? No, he lives like 5 towns over. So I'm pretty sure he did some recon. So anyway, that was interesting because I did a Abby, and then I was watching it, and then Ellie was coming to get Abby or whatever, um, in Santa Barbara, and then I saw the Santa Barbara house again. Oh, because I keep going to Santa Barbara. Remember, I told you in my dreams I keep going to Santa Barbara or whatever, and then I'm having overlays of Santa Barbara here because none of this is real, and it's all owned by me, one person. Y'all keep denying it, so it's gonna get worse. Okay, so that was interesting, and oh yeah, I wanna play that song. You know, one thing I hate. I fucking hate music videos. I hate music videos with a passion. Is this it? Yeah. Okay, Ancient Atlanteans, you want to keep attacking me, or did we just clear that? Did we just clear that? So I was saying that I was in Santa Barbara, then I came home. Okay, so I was talking about my video game last night. I was talking about Ryan sort of being behind the curtain in corporate, being behind the biggest tech conglomerate, okay, and making it super complicated, making the computer process super complicated. But what I'm saying is, their computers start glitching like crazy. They can't keep their computers on or running. So they have to come in and make more technical advances through technology. There's something wrong with the Wi-Fi. There's something wrong with the current technology. It's like a Y2K type of situation where like it just glitches and like you can't turn it on. It just doesn't work anymore. And the only way to revise it is this tech guru figures it out, and it's the super complicated. I don't know why I'm laughing. I think it's making Ryan nervous or something with me talking about it. I don't know. But um what am I supposed to tell her? She's not supposed to lift a finger ever again. It's always so dramatic with commoners, isn't it? They can never get it right. They're just like, what am I supposed to say? You know what I mean? Commoners are just like so dramatic. Like, come on, lady, get a clue. It doesn't have to be that dramatic. You're not losing the lottery or anything. Okay, so if you're like, I think we need to go get help, and anyway, I'll tell that story later if I have to, but hopefully I won't have to. But okay, so I've thought that was crazy. The Santa Barbara thing happened, and I met Randy, who basically tied me up and makes me emaciated, right? In a parallel universe called Last of Us. And hopefully that'll never have to happen. I'm dead serious because there's more than one Kevin Bacon listening in. Okay, anyway, so what was I saying? And then okay, so the corporate executive tech guru thinks he's hot shit, has Ryan behind the scenes, and is overdoing it, but I think it's in the future. It might be right now. Okay. Okay, what happened was is my video game cake sort, it stopped working, so I needed to download another video game to play. So I downloaded My Hotel. It's literally called My Hotel. Okay. I really loved Cake Store. It would literally like became the perfect game, and hopefully I can download it again and it'll work. But My Perfect Hotel, I'm playing that now. So that is like sticking my energy back into corporations. Okay, corporate, because who uses hotels the most? Corporate, okay? Okay. So there's my hotel, and I'm that little guy that looks like a bellhop, and then I just got to go around and like collect money. Basically, that's the video game. But anyway, it's like sticking my source energy in back into corporate is basically what it's doing. Okay, and I think that's what triggered us to go to the most complicated person in corporate who's literally doing people's heads in with his freaking, because there's IT people, there's people that write programs all the time for different corporations. Oh, we hired this, whatever contractor to make this program for the squad, for the team. And then, like, sort of as like a fail safe space trap for themselves, they're like, I mean, make it as complicated as possible so they can't hire a contractor that will be cheaper than me, or IT freelancer that'll be cheaper than me, if I make it the most as complicated as godly possible. Manipulative tactic, right? And for some reason, they don't have like the balls or something to stick up for themselves. Okay. And so Ryan and I's energy is in this worst corporate situation possible. Okay. It's a corporate nightmare is what it is for both sides, for the pretty girl that's learning on the Teams meeting on her bed, and for the tech guru who decided to, make his life a living hell by deciding that this is his fail-safe space trap by making things so extra complicated that they can't hire anybody else. And it's like it correlates to the multiverse that keeps coming back online. And I'm like, please, not again, not the multiverse, please, guys. Like, I already told you, you haven't passed this exam yet. Okay, we haven't passed this exam. So there's no reason to open the multiverse, tech guru from corporate sector 8. There's no reason. You can't even put a princess in her castle, which is step number 1. Okay? Step number 1, put the princess in her castle. Dun, 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 you completed task number 1. Okay, that opens this gate. You can't even do that. All right, so now you want to open the multiverse so that we all go crazy together. Congratulations, Tech Guru. You're the best thing I've ever met in my life, okay? Anyway, so, because I think he's getting angry at me when I'm speaking about it. And because it's happening, it's correlating with 3D reality somewhere, and he's somewhere. I don't know him. I don't know his name or whatever. I know Ryan, and it's Ryan behind the scenes, and Ryan's feeling it. And Ryan, I think he's getting angry. I'm sorry, he might be getting angry, but I think he's getting cooked again, like anxiety. He's getting anxiety when I talk about it, because that's what he said on his live today. He's like, I'm getting a lot of anxiety, and I'm like, where's my anxiety? Because I want to be dipped I want to be dipped. So, yeah. So, okay, because this game, My Perfect Hotel, it has a lot of things that are overcomplicated that I don't understand for no reason. And so it's correlating with something that's happening in the real 3D, real life. And um, it's like way too complicated for no reason whatsoever. And it's not doing anyone favors. And so that has to do with like the MacBook or whatever. And he's sort of like the worst case scenario. Like the computer stops working, the matrix stops working, the grid stops working, nobody can figure it out. And the only way that it works is if you do this super complicated tech setup where it's just mega passwords and mega confusing and a lot of thieves like crypto, like that and whatever. And it affects the corporate structure, and it makes the corporate structure full of super anxiety, right? Like crypto and the stock market now is filled in with level 1, and every time you look at the stock market, it gives you like a crippling panic attack. That's the same way crypto is. That's the same way the stock market is, and now it's the same way that work is about to be. And Rion looks very alabaster white. I have a lot of pigment in my skin. It looks like I have a lot of pigment. And Rion looks very pale. He looks very alabaster white. Let me look up alabaster. Are they worried about you? I don't know. Why don't you ask them? Alabaster, Alabama. I'm from Alabaster, Alabama. Am I allowed to respond to myself? I don't know. Am I talking to myself? They're in a rock and a hard place, between a rock and a hard place when I reach for help. And that's why they say these stupid things out loud. Like, are they worried about you? Trying to make fun of the princess from space. Apparently. Apparently you're allowed to make fun of the princess from space. I'm pretty sure you told yourself not to do that. Yeah, it's like a very white. It's like a very pale white. I think it's like Sundowners, and we're in sundown right now. And during Sundowners, people start to go crazy and their dementia. Did you know that it's called Sundowners for a reason? Because people with dementia, when the sun's going down, their dementia levels spike, and they start going crazy and acting out, acting harmful to themselves, acting violent, acting rude, acting scary towards other people. Uh, anyway, their dementia is at a height during sundown. It's called Sundowners, and I feel like I'm kind of getting attacked during this sundowning time, which would correlate with the family dementia and would bring dementia into occultism, because that has to do with the switching of angels. When the sun's going down and when the sun's going up, it's a switching of angels. It's a switching of guards, and that has to do with biblical texts and Kabbalah that talk about that. The switching of guards between the light and the dark, the switching of the angelic, the switching of the guards, and because of that, there's less people on guard at that time, and so there's openings in the cracks for the Holy Trinity to be attacked. The Holy Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit from the Bible to be attacked during those times. And from not my knowledge, that's why that occurs, and that's why that's occurring right now, because it's a Sundowners Club, and it also happens during the sunrise because of the same thing. The gates, it's a switching of the gates. But I'm just a dumb blonde from Albuquerque, New Mexico. What do I know? Anyway, yeah, alabaster white. So his skin is pretty alabaster, and so I think he's getting, I think he's getting dipped. And I didn't know that Joker also got dipped into a vat of acid. I thought it was just Harley Quinn, but it's both of us. So so yeah, so he's turning pale, pale and dusty, just like I like him. Here's the blister on my foot. Y'all want to kiss it? You see it? Kiss it. Um, okay, so that's happening. The vampires are okay. So I'm taking her out of her coma. Brandon Lee said to everybody that's listening, to 8 billion people that are listening. Okay, said I'm taking her out of her coma. The part of me that's in the coma right now, um, I guess he put it, I don't know why he put me in the coma for safekeeping. I don't know why he put that part of me in the coma. It's not usually in the coma, okay? I usually remember, like I said, it's driving me crazy that I can't remember all 8 hours of my fucking dreams. And like when I went to like a meditation, even like I went to a dark hole today in my meditation, and that shit's driving me insane. So Brandon said he's taking me out of my coma, um, so that I can remember what I'm not remembering. Apparently, I turned into Go-Go last night. Uh, Chiakra, I think her name is. I can't. She told me her name yesterday. Now I can't remember. Chiakra, I think her name is. Go-Go's real name. Demon Slayer. She must have just needed an overlay for her real name. Um, and then I turned into Go-Go last night, and then I flew out to my friend's house in Venice and demon slayed people there, or demon slayed demons there. Okay. Um, but there was a whole part of meditation I forgot already, which is what I'm saying. Um, the vampires started waking up because corporate started. I'm talking about going back in time. Sorry, and demon slaying demons. I'm talking about a fantasy thing. I said people by accident. The vampires started waking up because corporate started asking why they don't feel the okay. The vampires started waking up because because corporate started asking why they don't feel orgasm from the mouth. Because I was saying, like, these different chakras, they can produce orgasms, right? Like everybody's felt like their heart orgasm. I haven't felt it yet because I think that means game over. If I feel the heart chakra, it might be game over, and we might go to Pluto. Um. So yeah. So I was saying this is an orgasm. This is an orgasm part. This is an orgasm. This is an orgasm part. Okay. So saying you can make out with somebody, right, and reach. Can we just be mature about it and like reach that height? Okay. And corporate was like being like weird and sassy and just rude back to me and just being like, well, how come we don't feel it? Like, I just, I just like need you to like understand you're immortal. You are a mortal. When you talk like that to gods, we do not take lightly to that. So you really need to understand who you're dealing with here, okay? And if y'all want to dip me, go right ahead. Okay, I'm allowed to say whatever the fuck I want. It's my goddamn video game, and you can't bark at us why you can't orgasm with your mouth. You sound like a psychopath. You sound like an idiot psychopath. Okay, to aliens, and you're a joke to the universe. All right, so you're not feeling that because you're not at that level. Okay, you're not at that level. Okay, so you're feeling, you're feeling it where the level that you're from, and the heart is the recycling center. The heart is the recycling center. So when you feel an orgasm from the heart, you're being recycled. Okay, so that's why the vampires are starting to wake up, because corporate mortals are really overstepping their boundaries. And it's probably has something to do with that tech guru that I don't know who he is, but he's overstepping his boundaries somehow, or we wouldn't be, whatever. So, so the vampires are looshing from these humans that are talking with such attitude and such space racism and such arrogance towards immortals. Okay, you should come to immortals with a little bit more humility than you do. And so the vampires are starting to loosh from these humans in corporate that are coming very arrogantly for literally no reason other than you're just a bag of bones on repeat. And we're literally trying to help you evolve. And you come with such attitude problems because you're so frustrated in your sexual conquest. And we already said there's a very simple solution: put the princess in her castle, or give the princess back to Colin Farrell, and stop asking us a million questions, especially with a weird attitude that we don't even know where that comes from. Okay, well, we're trying to help you. And it's pissing off the immortals. And it's not just me, it's a bunch of people, a bunch of demons, a bunch of energy, whatever you want to say. So, okay, so pulling my legs off. I already said that it feels like my legs are getting pulled off almost every single night now. So like literally, it feels like my legs are getting pulled off of my body, and I think that's a physical, violent attack on a human being. It's like I'm allowed to say that, like, I'm being violently, humanly attacked, right? But like I'm obviously still in one piece, but I can't say like that I'm attacking a demon without red flags going up. It's like I'm allowed to be the abused. You know what I mean? But I'm not allowed to stand up for myself after, because my legs are literally being pulled off every single night. But I'm not allowed to stand up for myself. I just got to take the abuse. I just got to let myself get my legs pulled off every single night and not stand up for myself. You sound insane. That's called defense. In karate, that's called defense, self-defense. Okay, but this is called explaining a video game to people. All right, so pulling my legs off is sending nukes down to Deep Space Nine. The pain and pleasure receptors invert when you go into negative numbers. Okay, so when you pass the root chakra, you go into negative space where the pain and pleasure receptors are inverted. Right now, we are teetering on 1 to negative level 1. Okay. So that's up to y'all. Y'all want to keep fighting back, okay, like you're doing to me right now, saying I can't explain a video game to people that are listening in, then that's a fight. That's fighting back. And then we're going to go to negative space where the pain and pleasure receptors will invert, okay? And then you're going to know how to turn this into an orgasm.